In the 90s, do you understand what that's like?
Puffy's place was like just filled with chicks and being like nonstop, right?
No.
During the 90s, do you comprehend what that resembles Puffy's place was like just loaded up with chicks? And like constant right, no not actually I mean except for did. Hello it was interested I had an opportunity to see a few things lock in on the grounds that the Keke Palmer adventure, including her child daddy, is unfurling like a drama on steroids. This exhibition is arriving at levels of craziness we never saw coming. And think about who's trapped in the crossfire. In all honesty, the R&B sensation Usher, who's accidentally turned into a focal person in this exaggerated wreck. So picture this Keke's child daddy Darius, just released a dangerous sound recording of Keke's mother going all out crazy on him. Yet hold your pants as it gets more out of control amidst the tumult. Keke's mother angrily tosses Usher's name into the ring and heaves the word gay like it's confetti at another year's Eve party. Currently, Usher not have any desire to allow his name to get discolored, easily chooses now is the ideal time to step into the ring he takes to the virtual stage, and tosses conceal at both Keke and her mother for attempting to drag him into their untidy family. Show it resembles the superstar variant of family quarrel, and Usher isn't going to allow them to discolor his standing the inquiry at the forefront of everybody's thoughts. The amount more could this at any point raise. Stay tuned in light of the fact that Usher is demonstrating he hasn't arrived to mess around in that frame of mind of VIP confusion. Where's my child you better? And you better watch out could get a shot in your on the off chance that you missed the steaming hot tea Keke. As of late dropped a stunner by documenting a limiting request against her child daddy Darius Jackson. Prepare yourselves, since this legitimate show is an out-of-control thrill ride of stunning charges, as per the succulent subtleties spilled by Yes Magazine. Keke isn't keeping down in her legitimate filings. She's professing to be a survivor of television on account of Darius. And it's not only your ordinary show, it's an out-and-out drama. Keke is looking for a limiting request, as well as underside care of their 9-month-old child Leotis. Yet stand by there's additional reports uncover that she's charging various occurrences of actual abuse from Darius, including property obliteration, throwing possessions into the road, and in any event, hitting her before their child. The parcel thickens as Keke relates Darius fleeing dangers, spreading cynicism about her to their kid, and amazingly undermining self-mischief with a firearm. If she really felt compelled to leave him, as though that weren't enough, Keke spills the tea on a particular episode that went down on November the 5th. She guarantees Darius intruded into her home without assent, sending off into a rough binge that elaborate gagging, tossing her over a love seat and swiping her telephone. Yet it doesn't end there. Keke, with a mother's defensive nature, declares that Darius has likewise been hurting their guiltless child. In a deplorable contort, Keke underscores that it was for little Leo that she tracked down the solidarity to disavow Darius anyway. The horrible go on, as she depicts Darius as ending up being considerably more off the wall, unstable, and hazardous. Since the separation, it's a strange and upsetting reality that Keke Palmer regards herself as in yet lock in light of the fact that the situation starts to get interesting. Darius appears to be resolved to transforming what is going on into an all-out media furor. And to add a win to the adventure, Keke has decided to stay quiet in the midst of the mayhem. The main explanation, we're conscious of this hazardous data, is on the grounds that court records from her guardianship documenting and the limiting request found their direction onto virtual entertainment, becoming famous online. While Keke stays mum, Darius is everything except quiet. He's adopted a vocal strategy, protecting himself against the claims anyway. His techniques have caused a stir, as he is by all accounts playing filthy and playing hard as opposed to tending to this circumstance straightforwardly. He's making announcements through middle people, a move that brings up issues about straightforwardness and earnestness. For example, after the charge surfaced, Darius' sibling Sanus took to Twitter to blame Keke for being the antagonist in this account. He depicted her as the most incredibly revolting and manipulative individual he's consistently experienced, yet the dramatization doesn't stop there. Keke's mother, not one to let bogus accounts spread, went live on Instagram. To counter Cyrus' cases, she put him on impact for lying and blamed him for unsafe way of behaving towards ladies too for Chironus Jackson to post on his Twitter of the ludicrous stuff that he's presented. When he realized his sibling was oppressive, in a surprising turn to this unfurling dramatization, Keke's mother. Sharon has placed the fray for certain frightening disclosures as per her. She had recently voiced her interest to Sanus and the remainder of the family about how Darius was abusing Keke anyway. As opposed to tending to the circumstance, Hedda and Sharon claims that they reliably rationalized Darius' way of behaving. Yet hang on in light of the fact that Sanus isn't the main one to accept these allegations without a fight. He quickly answered, energetically preventing any claims from getting abuse towards ladies in a striking proclamation. And he statement me I not even once expressed, that to Sharon not once in my life. I have never been savage towards any of the ladies I have at any point been associated with. He proceeded to communicate his disappointment with a continuous bizarre encompassing the circumstance, yet indicated that Sharon's voice would before long be heard by the world. San appeared to infer that there was proof proposing Keke probably won't be essentially as guiltless as she and her mother depicted. Apparently, he and Darius are equipping to introduce an alternate side to the story in a virtual entertainment post. He recognized the intricacy of the circumstance, recognizing that it's not difficult to become involved with the dramatization, yet stressing the fundamental trouble. All things considered, presently recollect when we said Darius wasn't keen on carrying on reasonably well, he demonstrated us right. The principal move he made was to deliver a video highlighting Keke's mother Sharon in a warm second where she is purportedly conveying intimidations against Darius, adding one more layer of intricacy to a generally tangled story. Where's my child? You better watch out. Could get a projectile in yet. It seems to be Darius' endeavors to reverse the situation have backfired in a significant manner. The new arrival of a video, supposedly showing Keke's mother Sharon in a warm second, appears to have misfired tremendously. As opposed to excusing Darius, it seems to give proof that he did for sure lay hands on Keke. Sharon's displeasure and dangers in the video are made sense of by her savage safeguard of her girl, who she asserts was wounded by Darius. This disclosure has brought about Darius getting hauled through the mud, much more as people in general responds emphatically to what is by all accounts an obvious sign of actual mischief. Yet here's the kicker: Darius isn't one to withdraw, effectively courageous by the kickback. He delivers one more video, probably expecting to demonstrate that Keke and her mother were destructive towards him anyway. There's a curve in the tale. Darius is adhering to his system of tossing stones while keeping his hands concealed. Rather than straightforwardly posting the video, he selects a trickier move by sending it to DJ Scholastics to spill for his sake. A move causes a commotion, leaving many pondering Darius' actual expectations. Yet again, he just winds up unintentionally uncovering more about himself than he presumably planned. It's as yet a head-scratcher, since it's hazy what he was attempting to accomplish, particularly since Keke has now stood up uncovering that he truly harms her, as well as mercilessly reviles, even before their child. I mean, who does that? It's unmistakable. Something's not right higher up, yet stand by it. Get significantly more out of control. Keke's mother, naturally tired of Darius' disposition, begins shouting and even takes steps to begin harming him back. You can basically feel the strain through the screen and right. When you figure it can't get more insane, Sharon chooses to toss Usher in with the general mishmash. All of a sudden, she begins asserting that Usher is gay. Hold up, how guided get hauled into this disorder? It's not only a mistake. Keke's mother says it at least a time or two currently as of now. I'm beginning to draw an obvious conclusion. Darius released that sound not to demonstrate his innocence. We should be genuine. It exacerbated him. But since he needed to get back at Usher, it's as he wouldn't fret, failing spectacularly, as long as he could drag Usher down with him, rebuffing him for whatever ever job he played in this train wreck. Recall this entire carnival began on the grounds that Darius freaked out over Keke going to Usher's show. Yes, you heard it right, an all-out implosion over a show Keke simply attempting to partake in some music, and Darius losing his marbles over music Usher, which he dropped those words a hit with a crushing weight. And let you know Usher isn't frantic, he's totally enraged and insider. Spilled the tea that Usher didn't keep down when he called up Keke. He hauled her and her mother for certain weighty words, making plainly he's irate now. While Usher identifies with the disarray Keke's managing, he's putting his foot down. He maintains that his confidential life should remain only that private. The insider spilled that Usher told Keke her mother should not be involving him and his own life as ammunition in her battle.